Hello and welcome to a Minecraft tutorial. This tutorial is on the plugin Essential Signs. The first sign is a buy sign. The player right clicks it to receive the quantity stated. You start off, first line is buy, second line is the quantity, third line is the item, and fourth line is the price. You right click it to receive the item. The next one is sell. The first line is sell. Second line is the quantity, third line is the item, and the fourth line is the price. Then you right click it to sell your item. If you change the quantity, it means you get more of the item. In this example I've done 5, so every time you right click the sign you'll get a stack of 5 wool. You right click it and you'll receive 5, and this will cost you $2. The next sign is a trade sign. This is where players can buy and sell items to each other. You start off with the first line as trade, the second line is the quantity, followed by the block type you're after. The third line is the price you're willing to pay for this item, followed by a colon, and then the amount of money you have to spend on this item. If a player sells an item to you, you'll notice the 100 goes down to 95 or 90, and the quantity of the item would go up to 5 or 10. You right click on the sign to collect the item. If you break the sign, the money goes back into your account. The next trade sign is where players can trade items with each other. You start off with trade, followed by the quantity and the block type you're after. The next line is the quantity, the item you have, followed by a colon and the total amount of this item you're willing to trade. If you right click the sign, you receive the item you're after, as long as a player has traded. And then if you break the sign, you receive the item back. The next trade sign is where players can trade their item for money. The first line is trade, the next line is the amount of money the player is after. The next line is the quantity and the block type you're selling, followed by a colon and the total amount of this item that you have. Right clicking this will give you money, and then breaking it will give you your item back. As you can see, the 0 indicates that there's no money in the sign, and the 10 indicates that there's still 10 wool inside of the sign. The next set of signs are just general economy signs. The first sign is a weather sign. You start off, the first line is weather, the second line is sun or storm, and then you can either put a cost or you can leave it blank for players to use this sign for free. If you right click it, it will turn to sun and $5 will be taken from your account. Or if you leave it blank and right click the sign, it will turn to storm and cost nothing. The next type of sign is time. The first line is time, followed by either day or night, followed by the cost, or you can leave it blank so the players can use this sign for free. By right clicking the sign, it will turn to night and cost $5, or right click and it will cost nothing. The next type of sign is disposal. This sign is where you can dispose of items for free. The only thing you put on this sign is the word disposal on the first line. You put items in, and then once you close out, these items will disappear and the chest will be empty again. The next sign is the heal sign. The first line is heal, and the second line is either left blank or can be a cost. If the player right clicks this sign, it will either take money from their account or be free and restore them to full health. The next sign is the warp sign. The first line is warp, followed by the warp destination. Then the third line is blank, and the fourth line is either left blank for it to be free or put as a cost. Right clicking this sign will take money from the account and warp you to the destination. The next type of sign is the free sign. The first line is free and the second line is the item type. Right clicking this sign will open up a chest full of this item, taking the item out, but once you reopen the chest it will refill. This sign can be used for many things, such as giving players tools, dirt or building materials depending on your server type. I don't use free signs on my server because I use economy and players buy items. There are a few signs that I haven't explained, but there will be a link in the description below to the Essentials wiki. You'll need to go to your plugins folder to enable or disable the signs. This is in plugins essential config, and you need to remove the hash from the front to enable these signs. The type of signs are colour, balance, buy, sell, trade, free, disposal, warp, kit, mail, enchant, game mode, heal, spawn mob, time, weather and protection. I don't have mail, enchant, game mode or protection enabled at the moment, but this may change in the future. If you scroll to the top, there's commands that enable the permissions, and they're here. And then if you go into your permissions file, you need to add these. I'm using permissions Bukkit. There'll be a link in the description below. As you can see, I've enabled the use of these signs. I hope this video has helped. If it has, please remember to rate, subscribe and comment.